For much of the 20th century, Subic Bay stood as a global symbol of American military power and influence in Asia. Its presence was unmistakable, a constant reminder of the United States' far-reaching strategic interests in the Pacific. Its deep natural harbor made it an ideal U.S. naval base, supporting a vast array of operations across the Pacific during the tense years of the Cold War. Subic Bay was not just a port, it was a lifeline for American and Allied forces, a place where ships could refuel, resupply, and regroup. The base became a bustling hub for ship repairs and logistics, a testament to the enduring U.S.-Philippine alliance. Thousands of Filipino workers and American servicemen lived and worked side by side, forging bonds that would last for generations. But as the Cold War drew to a close, a new wave of Philippine nationalism surged. Calls for sovereignty and self-determination grew louder, echoing through the streets and the halls of government. In 1991, the Philippine Senate made a historic decision, rejecting a new treaty that would have extended the U.S. lease on Subic Bay. It was a turning point, signaling a shift in the nation's priorities and its relationship with the United States. The eruption of Mount Pinatubo soon after devastated the region, covering Subic Bay in ash and accelerating the U.S. withdrawal. Nature itself seemed to underscore the end of an era. By 1992, the last American sailors departed, leaving behind empty barracks and silent docks. Subic Bay began a dramatic transformation, reinventing itself as a commercial freeport. Shipyards shifted to civilian work and the area quickly became a thriving center for trade, industry, and tourism. New businesses flourished where warships once anchored. For years, Subic's military legacy faded into the background as commerce and development took center stage, drawing visitors and investors from around the world. Yet, its strategic location, close to vital shipping lanes and the contested waters of the South China Sea, remained unchanged, quietly maintaining its importance. As new tensions simmered in the South China Sea, Subic's value quietly endured, drawing renewed attention from both regional powers and global players. The closure in 1992 was not the end of Subic Bay's story, but merely a pause, a moment of transition in its long and eventful history. Today, as regional rivalries intensify and the world's eyes return to the Pacific, Subic Bay is awakening from its long slumber, once again playing a role in the region's unfolding drama. Its deep water port and strategic geography are once again in the spotlight, attracting both commercial interests and military planners. The story of Subic Bay is far from over. Its legacy continues to evolve, shaped by the tides of history and the ambitions of those who seek to control its future. As new chapters unfold, Subic Bay stands ready, its next act being written right now at the crossroads of commerce, security, and national pride. The South China Sea, known locally as the West Philippine Sea, has become a flashpoint. China's sweeping claims, marked by its 9-dash line, overlap with the Philippines and other neighbors. Despite a 2016 international tribunal ruling against China, Beijing has pressed on, building military outposts and harassing Filipino vessels. Filipino fishermen face intimidation, and supply boats are blocked or attacked. The stakes are high. This sea is a global trade artery and a source of vital resources. China's militarized islands are now alarmingly close to Philippine shores. These pressures have forced Manila to rethink its defense strategy. The Philippines realized it could no longer ignore the threat on its western frontier. This urgency has brought old alliances and dormant assets like Subic Bay back into focus. Confronted by China's growing assertiveness in the South China Sea, the Philippines has made a pivotal move, reactivating Subic Bay as a strategic naval stronghold. This decision marks a significant shift in Manila's defense posture, signaling a renewed commitment to safeguarding its maritime interests and sovereignty. In a bold step, the Philippines has also invited the U.S. military back to Subic Bay, rekindling a partnership that once defined the region's security landscape. Subic's location is unmatched. Just hours from the contested Spratly Islands and the vital Luzon Strait, its proximity to these flashpoints makes it a critical outpost for monitoring regional developments and projecting power. This enables rapid deployment of forces to monitor, protect, and respond to crises at a moment's notice, enhancing both deterrence and defense capabilities. The new arrangement isn't a return to the massive U.S. base of the past, but a flexible, modern partnership under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, or EDCA. Under EDCA, the U.S. can now preposition military assets and rotate forces, training side by side with Filipino counterparts and building interoperability for real-world contingencies. For Washington, Subic is a cornerstone of its Indo-Pacific strategy, providing a forward base to quickly respond to regional contingencies and support allies. The message is clear. The U.S. stands by its treaty obligations, and the Philippines is no longer a passive observer, but an active player in regional security. Subic Bay's revival is a direct answer to the complex challenges of the 21st century, from territorial disputes to the need for humanitarian response. The port is once again alive with military activity, this time as a modern hub for joint defense, cooperation, and regional stability. The Philippines is determined to defend its maritime territory, investing in new capabilities and strengthening alliances. The U.S. gains a reliable platform to support allies, uphold freedom of navigation, and respond to emergencies across the region. Subic's return is a statement of resolve, a symbol of renewed strength and unity in the face of uncertainty. The sleeping giant is wide awake, ready to shape the future of the region. Subic Bay's revival is powered by a wave of new infrastructure and a significant increase in American assets. Once a symbol of U.S. military might in Asia, Subic Bay is now being transformed to meet the demands of a new era, blending modern technology with strategic foresight. In 2025, the U.S. Marine Corps opened a major warehouse here, designed to house not only vehicles but also advanced disaster response gear. This facility is a cornerstone for rapid humanitarian and military operations across the region. Meanwhile, the U.S. Navy is constructing an even larger facility nearby, dedicated to equipment storage, maintenance, and logistical support. This expansion signals a long-term commitment to regional stability. These state-of-the-art warehouses enable rapid deployment, eliminating the need to ship heavy gear from distant bases. Troops and equipment can be mobilized at a moment's notice, enhancing operational flexibility. Subic is once again hosting U.S. warships, including the formidable USS Ohio submarine. Their presence underscores the bay's renewed strategic importance. These port visits allow for refueling, resupply, and maintenance, while also sending a clear message of deterrence to potential adversaries in the region. The focus remains on readiness and seamless interoperability between U.S. and Philippine forces, rather than establishing permanent troop garrisons. Subic is being rebuilt as a flexible, scalable hub for joint operations, able to adapt to evolving security needs and missions. The new infrastructure supports a rotational presence, keeping forces ready to respond to any challenge from natural disasters to regional tensions. Every new facility, every port call, and every handshake between allies further strengthens the U.S.-Philippine alliance. Subic Bay is once again a linchpin for regional security, projecting stability and cooperation across Southeast Asia. The transformation underway is both practical and deeply symbolic, marking a new chapter in the enduring partnership between the United States and the Philippines. Subic Bay's resurgence breathes new life into the U.S.-Philippine alliance. Bound by the 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty, both nations now face a clear threat. Joint activities at Subic build interoperability. U.S. and Filipino forces train, plan, and operate together. These daily interactions foster trust and shared procedures. For the Philippines, the alliance brings advanced technology, intelligence, and deterrence. For the U.S., it secures a strategic foothold in the region. The rebirth of Subic turns a theoretical promise into a practical reality. Regular joint exercises and pre-positioned assets send a unified message. This partnership is about preventing conflict, not provoking it. Subic Bay is a visible symbol of shared resolve. Together, both nations are committed to a free and open Indo-Pacific. Subic Bay's military revival is also an economic lifeline for local communities. The base's closure in 1992 devastated Olongapo's economy, but new military activity is creating jobs and opportunities. Construction projects employ local workers, ongoing operations require support staff and services. U.S. contracts inject money into the local economy, from catering to logistics. Visiting sailors spend in shops, restaurants, and hotels, boosting small businesses. The port's renewed activity upgrades infrastructure and attracts investment. Shipyards benefit from military repair work, raising skills and technology. The American presence brings a sense of security and stability. For For locals, Subic's revival means prosperity and hope for the future. Subic Bay's comeback has sent ripples across the Indo-Pacific. Southeast Asian neighbors with their own disputes quietly welcome the move, seeing it as a counterbalance to China. U.S. allies like Japan and Australia openly support the strengthened alliance. The presence fortifies the region's security network. China, however, is sharply critical, calling the move a threat and accusing the U.S. of stoking tensions. Beijing's protests highlight the central tension in the region. The Philippines and U.S. frame Subic's revival as defensive, not provocative. Most regional players see it as a stabilizing force. The world is watching, hoping this partnership maintains balance and deters aggression. Subic Bay is once again at the heart of Asia's security debate. Subic Bay now serves two vital roles: deterrence and diplomacy. Its military presence raises the cost for any would-be aggressor. U.S. forces and assets complicate hostile plans, making conflict less likely. Visible power, warships, joint exercises, new facilities, signals resolve. The USS Ohio's visit was both a show of strength and a diplomatic message. A strong defense posture empowers the Philippines in negotiations, especially with China. Subic's revival gives diplomats leverage, ensuring talks happen from a position of strength. The goal: manage disputes peacefully, backed by credible defense. Subic Bay is a platform for both soldiers and statesmen. Its dual function is crucial in today's Indo-Pacific. Here, military readiness and diplomacy work hand in hand. As 2026 approaches, Subic Bay's awakening marks a turning point for the Philippines and the region. This is not history repeating, but a strategic adaptation to new realities. Subic anchors the Philippines' defense and its alliance with the U.S. The base modernizes the armed forces and strengthens sovereignty. For the U.S. and its allies, Subic is a critical anchor for regional stability. Its logistical capacity supports a persistent, responsive presence. Subic's new chapter is about resilience, partnership, and foresight. The hum of activity here signals a future shaped by cooperation, not conflict.